This might be it for Edmont.
No.
This might be it. If
No.
both of these attacks hit. Edmont.
Yeah.
I have a 16 to hit.
Edmont's dead.
6 blips to fail.
Wait, how is he dead?
Just one hit.
You hit.
So that's 12
You
crits.
put me down. You put me on the ground. You put me down on the ground for one, and then you said you had another, and then you have 2 more after that.
No,
No,
this
the
is the
first
2
2
more
hits.
after that. The second hit is one that put you down.
Yeah.
You're at 0, so I have
So
to
it
hit,
comes down to if there's one last hit that has to hit you.
and that's at 11.
That doesn't hit.
All right,
Okay,
so,
so
you're sitting on 2 failed death saves, and they're going to
Yeah.
continue to eat you. At the end of the
Yeah.
creature's turn, the fear wears off, and you are no longer incapacitated.
Groovy.
I mean, Edmont is, because he's unconscious.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Got Genie with Ekon on deck.
Did you skip Evie?
If I go unconscious, does that revert my
No.
werewolf form?
We're going to say no, because
Okay.
that's what I asked you earlier.
Okay.
Genie is no longer afraid?
Nope, no longer afraid. The fear ends at the end of their turn.
All right. Edmont.
Werewolf.
Right, but Brickroad said that wore off.
Yeah, that lasted for, I think, a couple of months.
Okay.
That is 19 points of magical healing on Edmont.
From...
Thank you, cousin.
Cure wounds.
Okay.
And I don't currently have any bonus action stuff shenanigans I can do.
What are these?
Those are pillars in the center of the room.
Okay, so those are impassable terrain.
Correct.
All right, that's what I wanted to know.
But yeah, you have 19
Anything
hit
else?
points.
Anything
you.
else?
That's it.
All right, who's next?
Ekon. Edmont, would you like to voluntarily fail a strength saving throw?
Sure.
Hold to here.
You should pull him to here so he's out of everyone's range.
5th level wall of fire.
Okay.
Focused in the other direction. Fly to here.
Does that incur damage right now?
Let me look.
Or is it
First,
really-
wait. First, let me mark off the spell slot. Let's do this right. Then let me look at what a 5th level wall of fire does.
This is one of those spells. I remember the first character I played in this edition was a warlock, and that was around the time you were playing your warlock.
When it appears. Yep,
Yes.
so they all need to make dexterity saving throws right the fuck now.
I feel like we saw this
Looking for-
spell cast like 100 times, and then nobody's cast it for a long time. I have 2 fails,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, so
third one is a 23. I'll let you pick which 2 fail.
we'll have the 2 in the back fail, so
Okay.
more likely to be able to move out of it. So let's see here. I upcast this by 1 level, so it's 68.
Nodal was the wall of fire fiend.
Yeah, he had all the fire magic, but there was
I had tentacles to go in the middle of the wall of fire.
right. Like there was a time I knew how Wall of Fire worked. I cast it like every session, but that was 7 characters ago.
All right, so we're looking at 27 damage, half on a save.
So one of those
I
can
see.
half that. The one in the front is taking half?
Yeah.
Okay, let me apply that.
And then a creature takes damage when it enters for the first time or ends its turn there.
So the other one's taking 13 points. Okay, damage applied. So if they enter or end their turn in 10 feet
Yep,
to the
enter
right
for
of
the first
Treble.
time during their turn or if they end their turn there.
Gotcha. So you have cooked the Howlers. Anything else for Ekon?
Nope. Got Victor with Orson.
So the wall's not opaque, right? You can
No, it is opaque. You
It
can't
is
see
opaque.
through it.
You can't see
Yeah.
through it. So you know where the creatures are, but you cannot see them. So ranged attacks made at them are at disadvantage.
We should have brought the hunting horn main. Only people who play
Okay.
Monster Hunter are going to get that joke.
So
Attacks would be at disadvantage, you say?
Ranged attacks are because you know where they are, but you're firing through a wall that you can't see through.
Yeah, so Victor is gonna peek out here.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take his disadvantage attack against the one right next to Edmont.
Okay. You cannot apply sneak attack to this. You have disadvantage on the roll.
Oh, that's okay.
The howling doesn't subside when you light them all on fire. It just sounds like pained howling now.
Okay, so that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And thankfully, they're right next to two people.
But you got disadvantage.
Yeah, you cannot apply sneak attack to this.
That makes me sad. Okay.
Why is he at disadvantage?
He has
Because of sight.
firing through a wall he can't see through.
Yep.
That's
Effectively blind.
6 points of sounding damage.
Okay. And that creature is bloodied.
And then Victor will step back.
So I'm going to go ahead and close the door and put the brace back up, now that I know why it was there.
Got Orson with Edmont on deck.
Orson.
Orson is going to step up here. He's going to grab Edmont, and he's going to swing his furry dog. I don't know. Is he singed? I think he's singed.
Not from
He's
light
lying
on
on the ground,
fire.
Right, but Genie shot a fireball over him.
Oh yeah, he's lightly singed along the back.
So it's just like a wet, there's like a burnt dog smell.
He's got like that Tom and Jerry reverse mohawk down the back.
Right. So he's going to swing him around the other side. And then...
Edmont consents to being moved, yes, I imagine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last of his movement, stand there. And I'm just assuming that's the grapple that takes his action. And then that's the end of Orson's turn.
Okay.
Got Edmont with Evie.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to spend some key points to heal because, yeah, it's one action, 2 key points. All right, yep.
You were slightly eaten there.
Yeah, D6 plus 4 healing. Nice. 2 key points for 5 hit points.
Okay.
5 hit points you didn't have before.
It's true.
The last one's the only one that matters.
It mattered this turn.
Is that it for Edmont?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, who's next?
After Edmont, we've got Evie with yellow token.
How long does that firewall last?
A minute.
Okay. These creatures are probably just going to blast through it, aren't they?
It's difficult to say. I'll let you spend your action to make an insight check and see if you can make that determination.
I will spend my action to give Edmund 25 temporary hit points.
Oh, rad. Thank you.
And then I will give Victor advantage to attack this one. So even if it is on the other side of that firewall, it will cancel the disadvantage.
No, he still has disadvantage.
We'll
Cancel the disadvantage on the roll, but...
Yeah,
Okay.
but you still can't make sneak attack.
Okay, well... I mean, I'll still do it, I guess. I don't have anything... Actually, you know what? These things... Poison would probably work on these things. I will apply one of my poisons to my dagger.
Okay.
And then I will just, lie in wait.
Yellow tokens.
You can hear the scrabbling and the whimpering and the movement beyond the firewall. You don't know their exact positions, but you know that they've all retreated. It's 10 feet beyond the firewall to be safe. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes. Yep.
And you can hear them loping back and forth, sniffing.
Ready to go, Genie?
Genie doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Genie,
Well, it's your
why are you
turn.
being difficult?
Why am I being difficult? I don't
You
know.
just died.
Genie is going to... Yeah, I just died. Give me a break.
No, you didn't just die. You were murdered.
Yeah. Like, usually I object to Victor making those kind of dice, but in this case it is objectively true.
What would the... what would the mechanics be for casting a spell through an opaque but not solid surface?
Well, so you have line of effect to the other side of the wall, but you wouldn't be able to cast anything that requires you to see the space or the creature you're targeting.
Okay. Let me see. I have two potential plays here, but let me see if they require line of sight.
Fireball doesn't. So.
Yeah,
I don't have any more level 3 spell slots.
Don't we have a crap load of fireball scrolls?
Level 4 fireball.
Ekon has them all. Let's see. Point of your choice within range. Okay. Point of my choice within range. Genie is going to cast web on this spot.
Okay.
No. She's
Non-cipher
going to
bonus.
Right, yeah. No. I'm going to cast it. Hold on, I can't draw.
So that's a 20 by 20 square? Is that what you're trying
It is
to
a 20 by 20 square, yes, but I can't draw.
That looks like a 20 by 20 square to me.
But I want it to be there,
Yeah,
like
you go.
that. So, so like the wall is in this set of squares, and then
Okay.
We're ruining this room, is what I'm hearing.
yes,
The earthquake
essentially.
did that.
If they're in that square, it's a dexterity saving throw to be or be webbed. DC is 17.
Fail, fail, and fail.
Okay.
They
Well,
are webbed.
So what has happened? Are they restrained there?
They are. Creature is restrained as
Okay.
long as it remains in the webbed or until it breaks free. And then going forward, it is a strength check.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is Genie moving or staying put?
Genie is going to stay put.
All right. Who's next?
So restrained creature is disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to need all three of them to make a saving throw against a fireball.
The fireball does burn flammable objects. This will burn up the web.
It burns up the web and they take additional damage. So add an extra 2d4 on top of the damage you roll.
Oh, they take additional damage from the flaming web?
Yep. From the flaming web, yeah.
All right, that's a fail on the dex save. That's a fail on the dex save. That's a fail on the dex save. 7 was the highest. I'm assuming a 7 does not pass against this fireball.
Need 10 more. That's 41 fire damage.
Okay. Is that including the extra from being inside the web?
Yes.
Okay, this one is dead. The other two are very badly bloody.
I mean, technically they take it when they start their turn, but whatever.
Oh, we'll take the fire damage from the web. Okay.
Yeah. I don't suppose it particularly matters. They're going to take it either way.
Yeah, you hear the explosion of your fireball that you can't see because you're... Well, I guess we just call it the wide fireball still burning.
Yeah, I'm just putting fire. So this is 10 feet of fire burning, and the fireball's 20-foot radius, so I'm just centering it 60 feet back.
Mhm.
That just gets the entire room.
Screw this room in particular.
I guess as a bonus action, you know what? Yeah, as a bonus action, 3... I cast a non-cantrip spell, so I cannot do that. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, who's next?
Next up is Victor with Orson on deck.
Alright, still can't see because of the wall of fire.
You have advantage and disadvantage on this roll. Because they're restrained, but you cannot see them.
Yeah, which means no sneak attack. But I can bonus action to Hunter's Mark the bottom one. Can I?
As long
Do you
as
need to see the target?
Just find the exact wording on it.
Creature
Taking
you can
less
see.
an hour.
Yeah, I'm
Creature
pretty
you can
sure-
see.
Yeah. So, May as well just try and blindly fling a dagger at it.
Okay. A psychic dagger?
Yeah,
Because you can't fling a regular one because you hurt Darkwood.
I know. That would be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
He's so happy to remind you every time it happens.
6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And then I guess we'll do an offhand attack.
Flinging a dagger at the same space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that count as a disadvantage one, I think? The advantage only applies to the first attack, right?
They're
Well,
restrained.
they're restrained.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Right, because the web burns away at the start of
Correct. So
Yeah, okay.
well,
it's-
turn.
Then we're going to use a charge of the sniper scope to make that into a 10. So it'll be a 19 to hit.
that'll hit.
For 1 point of damage, because all I can roll are ones.
All right. And moving or staying put?
I'll take a step back.
All right. And who's next?
Next up, we've got Orson with Edmont on deck.
Orson just dodges.
Orson dodges. Okay.
Edmont with Genie. Or, I'm sorry, with Evie.
Edmont dodges there.
Okay.
Evie with Yellow Token.
I can't see them, but I can still attack them, right? It's just at a disadvantage.
That is correct.
All right. Gonna throw a dagger at this one. It's disadvantage but advantage, so I don't get sneak attack, but I don't actually apply disadvantage to my roll, right?
That is correct.
All right. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay, can he make me a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, they're pretty good at these. Ah, yeah, that's a 21.
Okay, then. But poison didn't work, but he does still take... 7 points of magical piercing damage.
Every little bit helps.
Yep.
All right. And who's
I
next?
think Evie's done.
Yellow Token with Genie on deck.
You guys hear whimpering and footfalls as the two creatures. First, they get singed from the web damage.
Yeah, which was already baked into the damage that he told you earlier.
Strength check to get free of the web. Is that correct?
I think the web's burnt up at
The
this
web's
point. or is
gone.
it-
Oh, the web's gone,
Genie?
so no strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, they're just going to.
This is still difficult terrain, though.
They're going to
because
dash
of
because they're running away from you.
Right.
So you hear them flee the room.
Yeah.
You don't see where they get off to.
Can I drop concentration as the reaction?
You can drop it whenever you want. As far
Yeah,
I
as
know.
soon as I hear them starting to run away, I'll drop concentration
And yeah, you
so we can see where they're going.
on the wall of fire. They have fled back through this doorway.
Let's finish them off. I don't want them following us.
Victor starts to chase them. So are we still on initiative?
So we'll still be on initiative. If the goal is to chase after them, yes, we'll stay on initiative. Is that the intent?
Genie's up.
So you'll be following them into unknown territory.
I mean, we're not going to catch them because this is difficult terrain.
Well, we burnt the web.
Well,
Yeah.
you can still go this way. Still not.
The blue is erupting earth,
Yeah.
but you do have
okay.
this area down here is walkable.
Uh-huh.
You can jump your strength score into the erupting earth without dealing with the difficult terrain if
That's
you have
true.
a running start.
Okay. So $25, $30. That's as far as my movement gets me.
Okay.
Are the guys visible? Are they visible?
So you can see into the next room where the other two creatures were feeding on more bodies. And it looks like this is where a battle has taken place. Just looking into this room, the bloodstains are a lot more concentrated, not so much having been dragged across the floor. But you don't see them in there, but you know that that's where they retreated into.
Okay. Going to use my action to use my spell refueling ring to get myself a level 3 spell slot back,
Okay.
and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Ekon, I can fly,
You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
and I can't see any of them from here.
Not from that position, no. You know that they've gone into this room because that's the only other. Well, there is this empty space off to your right, but it's a dead end. It's just an open part of the cave where the wall is collapsed into.
Yeah. Dash. Do I see anything from here?
From that position, looking to your left, you can see a door leading off to the north that is firmly closed.
Okay.
Looking to the south, you see where a door has been broken off its hinges and several bodies laying on the floor. That opens up into a narrower hallway where you do indeed see one of the two creatures fleeing from you.
Hammer of Air. Bonus
Sure.
action. So that's an attack roll. It's an armor class of 25
That's good enough.
for 12 force damage.
And that's enough. You stave in the former human's head, and you can hear the other one must be just up around the corner from there yelp in surprise as you collapse the first one's skull.
That's the end of Ekon's turn. We've got Victor on deck. Or Victor with Orson on deck.
All right. "30 feet gets me there, and then we're gonna dash. Gets me to there, and then we're gonna dash some more. "30 gets me to there.
Oh, I had 5 more feet of movement too, so I can actually.
That's fine.
I
That
wanted
is
to see- I wanted to look in there before I ran in.
that is as far as I can get.
So yeah, you can see through the broken doorway into that narrow hallway, the one that Ekon just killed. And I mean, you can hear the scrabbling and yelping of the last one, who might not be further down that hallway, but up around the corner.
Got Orson with Edmont on deck.
Has Orson attacked anything this adventure yet?
No. Well, a cage
No, that's true.
Yeah.
and a door.
Is adventure the right word?
Yeah.
It's been an experience.
So what's Orson doing?
I'd call it an adventure.
Orson is going to get right there and dodge.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's going to dash. That's the end of his
Got
turn.
Edmont with Evie.
All right. So the blue squares are difficult terrain,
Yes.
or blue
Yes,
and red.
Just blue. Red is
The
the
red
web is
is-
gone.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
erase that.
Just smoldered web.
5, 15.
You can walk
Five.
that area to the south is not in the blue square. You can
Oh.
walk across those.
And yeah, 1, 25, 30, 35, 40. Let me double check something. Speed. There it is. Yeah, so 45 can get me there.
Okay.
And yeah, dash. I'm gonna dash to get through to here.
Okay. You can see the dead one south of you in the corner. The remaining one must be up around the corner.
So Evie with yellow token.
I think Evie's going to stay and protect Genie's body.
Okay.
I don't want to leave unattended. Evie, like, doesn't want to look. She can't bring herself to look, but she does stand guard. So that's Evie's turn.
Yeah, you can hear
Yellow's
the last creature skittering further away from you. Although the sounds of its footfalls are echoing, and it's hard to tell what the shape of the room or the terrain might be that lay beyond.
Genie.
Genie just puts her hands down and just kind of, her eyes go back to her gold corpse. And that's the end of her turn. She doesn't do anything.
I can fly to there with my movement.
Okay, let me go ahead and you can see where it starts to slope back upward from your position here. And you can see the bloody footprints on the ground where the creature must have left around the corner. When you get to
Can I
this
see from here?
position, you see the slope continues upward to the north, and that's when you catch your eye just before the creature disappears again around this corner. Let me make sure that's the correct square. This square. Dodging there.
Move to there, and as a bonus action, I would like to get a DC 17 strength saving throw, please.
16.
The end of Ekon's turn.
Drag him back down the slope.
Got Victor with Orson.
Okay.
The only man dog Ekon likes is his brother.
30 gets me there. So then we're going to bonus action the dash.
Mm-hmm.
20 gets me there. Is it line of sight?
Sure is. It's up at the top of
Okay.
that slope.
No, and I'm
We will.
Oh, no, I didn't. That makes bonus action.
We're going to fling a dagger at it.
Roll disadvantage because he's dodging.
Is a 17 hit?
It sure does.
Oh, look at that. 7 points of psionic damage.
All right. Severely blooded. You got any more gas in that tank?
No, because I can't freaking get a sneak attack off. Just move closer.
All right.
Got Orson with Edmont.
2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, it's just gonna stay right here to give to not block Edmont's egress, because he's probably gonna just rush up and kill this thing.
So Orson's standing at the bottom of the slope. That brings us to
Yep.
Edmont.
Gets me there. Key point. 45 gets me there. Key point to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 30, 35, 40.
Moving up around the corner here.
Uh-oh.
You can see the little alcove in front of you, and also 2 openings leading off to your right. From this one, you can hear the sound of rushing water.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and claw this one. 14 to hit.
14?
Yeah.
14 doesn't do it.
Other claw. How about a 23?
That'll hit. Can you be the guy right here?
Maybe. We'll see. I need to borrow this D6. Six points of damage.
6 points is enough. That'll do it.
Hey! Then I will forego the strength saving throw to knock him prone.
Edmont, with that last
Yeah.
exertion of strength, you feel your muscles tighten, You feel the hair retracting in your body and shedding all around you as you revert back to your normal human form.
Very naked.
Huh?
Naked.
I think you retain your equipment when you transform, don't you?
Yeah.
Is it melted
I
to
mean,
you?
this is something that you. This is something that you directed.
Oh. I'll leave that up to you. I mean,
Why not?
you didn't increase your size at all. You didn't become a large creature, so it didn't like burst through all of your clothing when you transform.
Yeah.
But I'll let you decide what the condition of your clothes is after you're done.
Suddenly in a pair of purple shorts.
But that does confer some amount of exhaustion, as I recall.
One level of exhaustion as you directed.
So
yeah.
Ekon,
I can live
Victor,
with
and
one level
Orson get to watch the transformation.
Neat.
Ugh. Glad you're still in there.
More or less.
Someone check up on the twins.
Are you gonna check and see what's down these other hallways?
Yeah, well, I think we didn't want to let that thing get away and then come back to attack us again.
Yeah.
So there is
a voice in Edmont's head that sounds like Victor says, "Don't you mean triplets?"
Dude.
Oh, no,
Read the room.
that's
There is an intact door here leading to the north, and then you've got a couple of cave hallways up where Victor's standing. Victor,
And then this is open, right?
which one?
Down south of us, is this open or is this a dead end?
That's open, but it's a dead end. It's
What
part
is
where the
Victor-
wall crumbled away, revealing just a space beyond.
What does Victor see down this one?
You see the underground river rushing very quickly. Standing next to it, you see a man working some kind of rope, and there seems to be some kind of pulley system, some sort of mechanism spanning the river off to the south that he's worrying at. And when he looks up at the end of the hall, says something to you up in Lemordian with some manner of urgency, and then waves his hand in his direction at you. He's not dressed like a student. He's not dressed like a university worker either. He's just kind of wearing dingy clothing with an unadorned brown cloak.
Is he dressed like a dock worker or just like something we haven't seen?
A similar social class. You wouldn't be surprised to see dock workers dressed like this, but he's definitely not a university student or faculty.
Victor will yell for Orson to come help.
What about back
Orson.
here in the room with the triplets?
Edmont would have been wearing his Lemordian nobility outfit that he had picked up.
How
prior
damaged is it
to-
now? That you
It's pretty messed up.
So it is purple shorts, because that's what nobles wear. The
Oh,
color
no.
purple.
Good job.
So we're gonna peek down this
Treble,
hallway before we
You're
go.
blocked on Twitter.
So what's happening back here with the twins?
Genie is literally just like like you said, she's obsessed with her own corpse.
Mhm.
So she's just staring at it. She isn't saying anything. It's all internal.
Evie isn't sure if it's even appropriate for her to try to say anything right now. It says
We have to go. Genie, bring that with you.
that. Genie, come on.
Are you making
If you
Genie
try-
pull her own corpse?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that a thing that is literally happening right now?
No, Evie will do it.
Okay.
Genie will follow whoever's holding the corpse, staring at it.
Genie,
If you try to touch Genie, she will slap your hand away.
she doesn't touch you. She says, "You're Genie."
She doesn't say anything.
If this guy's still yelling out when Ekon gets back here, he'll fly down.
Ekon can speak Lemordian, is that correct?
Genie, let's go.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna check the hallways and then go help
I mean,
the guy.
she's following. She's just following whoever's got the body.
So Ekon approaches the man. He's kind of just urging you over. That's a hell of a quake that we just experienced. Heck of a thing. had no idea that the river down here ran so close to the university. We've seen students' bodies and things. I can help you across if you like. Looking across, you do see some sort of mechanism, a system of pulleys and such, that a wooden platform behind him, being horribly buffeted by the water, can be moved down the river. He explains that they use it to ship materials back and forth between several of the factories, that they had no idea that it ran so close to the university.
I mean,
the water is usually not this quick, but his machinery is still functioning.
I click my heels together and fly out over here,
Okay.
providing 25 feet of light in every direction.
What's down this hallway that Victor's been staring at while they figured things out?
You peek down around that hallway. Looks like another open part of the cave. You must
Victor will
hurry. I
yell
can get
back.
you to safety.
Guys, there's a path over here.
You talking to me?
He's talking to all of you.
So what's on the other side of this?
He explains that the river here connects one of the oil rendering plants to one of the factories down at the southern end. The river is used to ship raw materials one way down.
Can I see more of this? And since I have a light source on me, like up and down.
Make me a... Yeah, once I find my... Oh, there it is. I don't know why my lens of truth is so tiny, but... Yeah, you can see the river in both directions. It's a natural river. And it does seem to be running much, much too fast for this rickety equipment. But make me a... You don't have any kind of tool proficiencies, woodworking or anything like that? Okay, make straight intelligence check then.
That'd be an intelligence of 21.
You're sure that the earthquake was the cause of the river speeding up? It probably opened into an adjoining underground reservoir or sewer system that's causing the flow, the current, to be much stronger than usual. The machinery that the guy is asking you and your friends to get on clearly isn't built to withstand this kind of treatment. However, it does seem to be holding up, and you've seen Genie vouch for flimsier machinery in stranger coincidence or stranger circumstances.
So is this that we would go down water on the river on this thing, or is it to come over here?
The idea is you get onto the platform, and then he is going to use the pulley system to move you guys safely down in the direction of the current down here, where he tells you that there is an exit.
I'll just fly over and look.
When you fly over and look, you do indeed see that the river comes to an end. The flow of water continues underneath these sharp and jagged rocks, but there is an opening here with a set of stairs hewn into the stone leading upward.
And I'll shout out loud enough so that it goes to the entire chamber, Victor! And then I'll fly and take a look what's on the other side of these stairs.
Okay.
Victor will try and get a link to Ekon, and he's also going to try and sneak and explore this area while Ekon's exploring that area.
You're going to explore this area alone with no backup?
He's going to sneakily, hiding, try and do that, yes.
Bear with me one moment.
Yeah, I've got a literal fire crown.
Ekon, you're met with a person as you come around this corner here. Dressed similarly than to one on the river. What's your passive insight?
Passive insight is 19.
19? He looks shocked to see you step out over essentially nothing. You're flying using winged boots, yes?
Yeah.
But he overcomes his shock for a moment. Says, are you hurt? Have you been injured? It was a hell of a thing.
No, we're trying to figure out which way is out.
He motions to the cave behind him, and explains that there's a factory outlet just beyond the way. He's motioning down in this direction.
How many other people have gotten out this way?
He tells you that his man up the river is able to move people down on the platform 5 or 6 at a time. Maybe a dozen or so total. University students mostly. They had no idea that these caves came close to the university. They thought they were miles away.
I've done the counting, and a movement plus dash gets me to here.
So you just wall run across?
Yep.
Okay. And he looks even more shocked for a moment as Edmont comes around the corner.
Looking like a very distressed Lamortian nobleman.
Hell's bells! How many of them are you? Can you all do that?
No, but I'm not leaving my brother alone.
We don't understand Lamortian, I don't think.
Oh, right.
He's speaking with that.
No, there's a number of us. We're still... we can probably get our way out this way on our own if we need to.
Well, if you've got tricks like that, I suppose, but the platform's sturdy. We've seen it go back and forth 3 times now.
And this is where the old industrial area, like, this is the normal area you would ship stuff on?
This
Like,
is a cave network that he says connects directly to underneath the factory. The refinery is upriver, and he does confirm that the river usually doesn't flow this swiftly, and that there's been strange things found bobbing up and down in it since the earthquake. People are still trying to kind of figure out what's going on in the moment.
I'll fly back and tell that to the rest of
Okay.
the group.
Meanwhile, Victor was going to go sneak into this cave alone.
Yes.
Make me a hide check.
Sure, there's no way this could backfire. It's Victor.
So it's a 28, and if that's not good enough, let me know.
So you find the cave area over here. It turns off to the left up a steep slope where it adjoins part of the university beyond the other side of a collapsed wall. You can see the end of the hallway up there. This is why this map sucks, because it just did not fit in this direction. So, in order to fit it all in, I have to move all your dice.
Oh.
Victor, the hallway you're looking up connects to here. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
This square connects to this square, and north is on the right edge here.
Oh,
Okay.
I had to
no.
chop it off and move it over.
Oh, no.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
I should go ahead and give the map credit, I guess, because I did download this from these folks.
You didn't get it from your like mad science pack?
No. Alarmingly, a lot of that wasn't very useful for this adventure.
I'll say
And I'll
Victor,
tell
Yeah.
what's strange looking north up into this hallway is that you're looking into a section of the university that until now has been lit with the dim orange lighting. However, you see the bright light that is flickering as though a source of fire. You cannot tell what the fire source is. It looks like it's up around this corner.
Victor will.
And at this point, Ekon gets back and you hear him on the other hallway kind of describing what he came up to.
Victor will relay what he's seen.
Okay.
And ask if anyone minds if he goes and looks a little closer.
Well, they're telling us that there's a way out this way, right? That's how people
yeah, and I
are
think
getting
that's
out.
we can definitely. I think we should take them up on that. I'm just a little concerned about the corpse.
Getting it over there.
I'm concerned about telling them that we're bringing a corpse with us, and them thinking that we should leave it or dump it.
Excuse me?
I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying I'm concerned that if we try and get across there on the platform, they're going to say there's not enough room for it.
We'll do 2 trips then.
Can't you just carry the corpse across?
The platform can sustain 5 or 6 people.
My strength score is 5. I can carry nothing.
You and Edmund together can't hoist the body up and walk over?
Ekon can barely hold his own head up.
We'll just count the corpse as one person. Ekon can
Okay.
fly, Edmont can wall run. So by my count, you can fit everybody plus the body onto the platform.
Yeah,
Are we
as long as
sure?
this guy's okay, yeah, I'll tell him okay.
Yeah, just wait and let me see what's up here.
We'll be ready in a minute or two. I'll tell him.
So Victor's going to go off exploring?
He's gonna sneak sneakily and peek around to see what's got the light flickering. What horrible monster awaits this way so I can yell out run?
There is a set of double doors here. In front of the double doors are two of the university students huddled around a tiny bonfire that they've built. The bonfire is the source of the flickering. Each one of them is armed with a short bow and watching nervously around the corner. They haven't seen you because you're sneaking up in the shadows, but they are on edge, and if you make yourself seen, they're probably going to shoot you with fiery arrows.
Yeah, so Victor's gonna take a step back. And then he's going to call out, "Is anybody up there? Need some help? Is anybody up there?"
In Darkness.
Yeah. Because he doesn't speak Lemordian.
Okay, then the call comes back in Lemordian, but you don't know what they're saying. Ekon, you can hear the agitated voices from that direction calling out, "Who goes there? Who is that?"
I think they heard you over the mind link.
Good. I just hope they don't shoot me. Victor will kind of poke his hands around the corner,
Okay, roll initiative.
showing that he's unarmed. Okay.
Everybody can go ahead and roll this if you like.
Oh, Victor.
Gotta go off starting trouble.
Making friends were making
They're
friends.
they're
wherever
just
he goes.
nervous.
Remember that time when Victor got body snatched and then his sister had to murder the original body?
Just be like, he's
Exactly how it
only
works.
sticking his hands out, not his whole body.
All I need is a hand.
Okay.
We're going to come in on the creature's initiative, because they're the ones with the held actions. So we'll be coming in on 14. Victor.
Yeah.
You have a 7 to hit
No.
and a natural 20.
Oh, the natural 20 is.
Yes, it does. 4 points of piercing damage and 2 points of fire damage. As you poke your hand around the corner, and it immediately takes a flaming arrow. And you hear them hollering aggressively now. Ekon, you can hear, you can make out, they're basically yelling at him to back off. Come no closer.
I'll relay that over the mind link.
You also hear the double door around the corner open and then close. That's going to bring us to Genie. If Genie's not doing anything in this combat, you can just say so.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything.
Okay, Edmont?
Yeah, when I hear that shouting, I'm gonna haul ass.
Okay.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 gets me there. Dash 10, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45 gets me there.
So you can look up the hallway. You see that Victor's just taking an arrow to his hand. And that brings us back to the top of the order. With who?
Orson with Evie.
The last time someone got shot in the hand with an arrow, he turned out to be a Rakshasa.
That was a bolt.
But yeah, okay, yeah. Details matter. Good
A
point.
blessed crossbow bolt, if I recall.
Is it Orson's
Nope, just
turn?
wood. I'm
This
not
one?
sure what Orson.
I feel like Orson would go see what's going on.
Yeah, he's just gonna peek around the corner
Okay.
and dodge.
Got Evie with Victor.
I guess I need to go make sure Victor doesn't die. Dash.
I don't think it's victory you need to worry about.
Another dash. That puts me here. All three of my moves put
Okay,
me
so
there.
you're standing right behind Victor then.
Okay. Like,
Right.
Victor, what are you doing?
Victor obviously yanks his hand back.
Oh,
Who's
he's got it.
next?
Just there's an arrow. It's like, oh, okay.
God damn it! Don't shoot. We're here to help.
Just dull surprise. Oh yeah, okay, that tracks.
It's still my turn, Ekon.
Oh yeah.
Man, pretend I don't even exist. It was just an arrow to the hand, not the knee.
So is it Victor?
Sorry, I assumed your turn was yelling at them, but go ahead.
So Victor is going to pull himself back, and he's going to ready an action where if either of them step into line of sight before Ekon gets here, then he will attack them.
So if either of them come around into the hallway,
Yeah.
attack them with what?
I'll hit him with a psychic knife.
Okay.
Okay, and then Ekon can fly to here. And then it's their turn.
Okay. You hear one of them call out in Lemordian, insisting that they don't need your help to get you gone, or they'll fire again.
And I'll translate that over the mind link.
Do we care about what they're hiding? I kind of want to see what it is now.
That was their turn, but you can imagine that they're readying more actions to keep shooting.
Well, here's the thing. This is a unique opportunity for us. We're never going to be here again. If there's anything that we can bring out of this place that's useful, I think we should try to find it.
That's why Victor wants to see what's through the door.
Okay, so who's next?
So after them, it's Genie, followed by Edmont.
Genie is again not doing anything.
God, I feel so bad. Look what I did to Genie. I broke her.
You brought her to the one place where she could be fixed. And then it's Edmont.
Yep. Let's see.
If you advance beyond Victor in this hallway, that's going to trigger their shots.
You can catch arrows. You're fine.
Yeah. No, I was thinking. I was calculating that myself. I catch one arrow anyway.
I did give you 10 hit points, so you're not on death's door anymore.
Yeah. I'll move here.
Okay? When you look around, you see only one of them is there. The other one has disappeared through the door. That's going to trigger his held action. Edmont, I have a 6 to hit you.
That's a miss.
As he looses the flaming arrow when it clatters against the back wall. What's your passive insight? Actually, no, we're on initiative. I'll use your action to make an active insight check here if you so desire.
I would like to do that, yes.
Okay?
$22.
This guy didn't miss you because, like you're the dodge master or anything. He missed you because he's shitting himself. Because he's not a fighter or an archer or anything. He was told to guard this door by someone with authority, and he's not in the mindset to do it. He is scared witless, and you feel bad for Vic. Well, maybe you don't feel bad about Victor's hand. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, it's just
He's a
basic undergrad with probably no stat block to speak of. This is not a combatant.
Let's not kill him.
That's why I didn't attack.
walks up and takes the bow out of his hands.
When you reach out and put your hand on the bow, he immediately lets go of that and holds his hand up. Stop! I surrender!
Smart man.
still on initiative?
If you're going to come
So
up and beat
I'm-
this guy up, yes.
I'm not gonna beat this guy up. I'm gonna maybe beat the next guy up.
Well, there's no one else here at the moment. The other one he was with disappeared back through the door.
So Victor will come over here and peek through the door. Or actually, he's
door's
gonna ask him
closed.
what's on the other side of the door.
Well, Evie's right here, so she just says, "Let's let him go." I don't think he knows anything.
As
What's behind the
Victor
door?
approaches the door. Stop! It's dangerous!
Who's told you to guard this?
Why?
He's
Well, can
looking
any of
around,
us
all the
understand
questions
him?
flying at him, stammering. He doesn't know who to look to or who to answer.
Well, it's pretty easy because Ekon's doing the translating, so Ekon will ask.
That's true.
Ekon will filter all the things people said, and he will ask, "Who told you to guard this?"
He tells you that Professor Jeswin's workshop is behind him, and that when the earthquake hit, he put it into lockdown and sent him and his lab partner out here to barricade the door and ensure that no one else entered.
Well, it must be
Is
safe
there-
enough since your partner went inside.
Is there another exit from the underground through there?
It's the only other exit to the workspace he knows of, and he describes the door up here that you passed previously, where you chased the two man
Okay.
dogs.
I'll tell him to get the hell out of here, and I'll tell him that there's the guy waiting with the platform.
And he
I
Shakes
want to
his
know
head.
what this guy's a professor of.
Does Ekon ask?
What does he? When he shakes his head, no. What does he say?
He tells you that he's not going to abandon his post, that the professor would fail him for the term and or have his hands off.
Victor
And if you stay around here, you're going to get crushed by some debris. Get out of here.
Victor steps to the side and opens the opposite door.
You find it locked. So you're telling him that he needs to leave or he's going to get crushed by debris. So are you going to try to intimidate him to force him to run off? He's already pretty well intimidated, I guess we could say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible at it, but why not?
He's
I don't think this guy could threaten us if he tried. He is.
That's an intimidation of 11.
And you see, he's terrified, and big blubbery tears start forming in his eyes. Please, if I fail the term, they own flesh rights. I implore you, please. If you force this guy to abandon his post and he suffers repercussions, he also forfeits his body to whoever owns those flesh rights.
Leave him alone.
which we
Can't
can.
handle.
Does he have a key?
Edmont, knock him out.
Vitamin K and can I solid snake like mash the button to
You drop an elbow on his dome, you knock him unconscious.
yeah.
Ekon sighs and puts a hand to his temple. All right, there, you didn't abandon your post. I'm starting to hate this place.
Is,
You're
is
just
there,
now
awful.
starting to hate it?
is there a keyhole that Victor can pick the lock to open it?
You can try to pick the lock, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, go
I
ahead
would
and
have
make
liked
that
to know what kind of laboratory we're about to break into. Like if this is like the the hell spawn room, it would have
Is
been good
it
to know that.
20, is it 25 good enough?
check. Yeah, you hear the click. You feel the tension release on your pick. So now you should be able to open the door.
We're gonna open the opposite door. So it looks like there's two of them.
There was two of them here the first time you glanced around, and they didn't notice you. You hear the door
Okay.
open and close. just
Yeah,
after
we're
the
gonna
shot.
open. We're gonna open the other side in case something comes flying out.
Okay, so you open up the door.
Yeah.
Looking into this next room. You see two more students. You hear them more than anything. This room's only lit by the dim orange lighting. One of them you can kind of see. The other one is back behind the structure in the center of this chamber. They're bickering about something, and you see this long metal device that you recognize as something similar to, but not exactly identical to, a cannon. that they are half rolling, half dragging into this room, most likely with the intention of pointing it to this door.
Genie, it's your birthday and Air's Day!
Victor's gonna go try and disable these two.
It's her birthday and her death day.
So are we going to go in here and introduce these men to violence? Is that the idea?
Are these more untrained grad students?
Almost certainly, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take violence. I think it's going to take me holding my mace out
Okay.
and telling them to drop it.
Well, they have a cannon. That changes the math a little bit.
They're rolling the cannon currently.
it's not out yet, so we're gonna go stop them.
Okay.
You
You guys enter the room, make your presence known, and when you do, and they see that you've knocked the guys outside is slumped unconscious against the wall, one of them turns to the other in Lemordian and says, "I'm not dying here for Professor fucking Jeswin."
Smart man.
And he starts to move towards Ekon with his hands held up. Says, "I just want to pass."
What's through the next door?
One of them looks to the other. The one who stayed his ground gives the other one a look like, "Don't say it." And the one who wants to pass you looks to him. "Ah, sod it. It's the Jeswin curvature experiments. It's broken
Curvature.
containment."
Ekon, what's he saying?
A bunch of technical stuff I really could use Genie's help for. There's a guy running a platform. Grab your friend, get him on the platform. It leads to one of the industrial plants.
Tell him to open
Take
the
a
door
left
first.
after you get out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice. And as soon as he's
Tell him
given
to op-
safe passage, he leaves. The other
Tell him
one
to open the door
yells
first.
insults after him. But afterwards, he stands up, puffs out his chest. "But you're going to have to knock me out too. I won't abandon the project that easily."
What is the project? I don't speak Lemordian.
No, but Ekon's...
I'll translate for you.
Okay.
I mean, Evie just looks at this man like she is having the worst day of her life, and he does not want to make it worse.
Victor will pull out a real dagger.
You can't stab this guy.
No, he's not gonna stab him.
You hurt Darkwood that one time. He starts to stammer out like an explanation, but it becomes clear very quickly that he doesn't understand all the particulars about... Like, he doesn't really know what the experiment is or what the goal is, but he's trying to make it sound like he does. What he knows for sure is it was not dangerous an hour or so ago. Then there was an earthquake. Part of the containment opened up, and then Jeswin locked the whole place down.
Sounds to me like there's a demon that came through some sort of interdimensional rift on the other side.
That's exactly what we want. If that's what this guy studies, we want his research.
Tell him to open the door.
He
Ekon.
backs up against the door and puts his back to it and his arms across it. Says, "You'll have to go through me." And he's shaking visibly as he's saying that.
Ekon incinerates a section of the door behind him with Sacred Flame.
And he yelps and jumps aside.
You have to understand, going through you is quite literal in my case. Get to the platform and get out of here before this place comes down on top of all of us.
He steps aside, but he doesn't move out of the room.
Victor looks through the hole that Ekon made.
No, it's just
It's just a black
it's
spot
right
on the
there.
door. He
We're
didn't
gonna
burn a hole through it.
Where's the cannon?
It's
I want to make sure that he
kind of
doesn't
laying
turn
on the
cannon on
ground.
us.
Here, I'll draw out kind of where it is.
I just want to make sure he doesn't wait for us to go in and then turn the cannon on us.
It's just like 10-foot
Yeah,
long,
I'm
thin
not-
metal tube kind of. They were rolling forward. They weren't going to have time to get it in place and fire it.
Would it fit into the bag of holding?
No.
That's okay.
Genie really needs something to cheer her up right now, and a
can
cannon would
drag
do
that.
it.
So why don't we, first off, let's turn the cannon towards these doors so that when I open them, we can fire it at whatever the hell is lying inside.
That's a good
And then
idea.
once it's in position, then I'll open the doors.
So you're going
Yeah,
to...
I'm on board with that, actually.
Okay, turn the cannon around. Genie, are you assisting with this at all?
Nope.
You're
Genie has no interest in this cannon at all.
You're
Oh
the
my
only
God,
person in
such
the
a
room
bad
with
sign.
the relevant knowledge. Unless anybody else has proficiency in
ask her directly?
firearms.
Like they legitimately have to like pull Genie aside like a small child.
Does anybody do that?
I mean, Evie would want Genie's expertise to make sure that we aren't about to blow ourselves up. Genie, can you help us?
If you try to touch her, she slaps your hand away.
She doesn't.
But she looks at the cannon and says, probably not safe to fire that in the enclosed space.
Genie, make me an intelligence check. You've got proficiency in firearms, yes?
I'm not sure what we decided on that, to be honest.
I mean, you're the only person in the group with any kind of engineering qualifications.
Right. Like,
You killed a man once.
I
Not a
shot
rumor.
I think it was Trias who shot someone.
That's not how I heard the rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we don't know, do we?
Not sure what that just did. But I will say that is a... Is it just straight intelligence?
Yes.
25.
The thing's not armed with anything and isn't capable of firing in this state. Whoever told these guys to wheel this cannon out to guard this door didn't actually give them anything to fire it with.
Well, Genie says... She basically says, it's probably not safe to fire that in this enclosed space. It'll blow out our... And then she looks at it. Oh, never mind. It's not loaded.
They,
And then she goes back to staring at her own dead body.
Ekon will translate that for the student that's still here.
and you see the color drain out of his face.
Yeah, whoever sent you here sent you on a fool's errand.
Get to the goddamn
Here to
platform.
die.
To the air damn platform.
Victor unlocks the door.
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is now. You've unlocked it.
Okay, there's going to be something really scary inside.
There is something really scary inside. This is...
Is it homework?
I'm sure for some of these poor bastards it is. The room has several more students clustered around. You don't see anyone who looks like the professor. The center of the room is the freakiest thing you've seen all day.
That is saying a lot. You better be really prepared to qualify that.
A man sits in a chair in the center of the room. The chair is a permanent fixture in the room. And there's a table behind the chair. You understand. So this chair is not sitting at the table like you would sit at a table. It's like if you're sitting with your back to the table. This turns out to be really important. The man looks catatonic. Dressed in just a plain white robe. His arms kind of folded in his lap. His head lolling, or his face rather, lolling forward with trickles of old tears and saliva and things trailing down his face. The back of his head has opened up.
Ugh.
And his brain matter, hundreds of pounds of it, the size of a horse, as a big pulsating mass sits upon the table behind him.
So when you said curvature experiments, what you meant was alien geometries.
And that's where we will call the session for today.
Wasn't that more fun than taking the exit?
You could have got out clean. So I'm going to go dark for 2 minutes while I put together a straw poll and add up a bunch of experience for you guys. You guys killed a lot of tough monsters this session. So I'll go dark for 2 minutes while you guys stuff your blips. I'll be right back.
I think
That was the most creative for today.
obviously Treble gets intangible.
Yeah. Creative with either Ekon's incredible escape from the vial, or I liked Evie's plan to escape if she needed to, but I think Ekon probably was more creative than that.
I'm gonna give
The most
Ekon.
complicated.
Mhm.
Ekon for creative use of banishment.
Who further the party's goals the most today?
I'll put Victor for getting us into this mess.
That's
I'm-
this. I don't know if that is our party goals.
No, I'm saying Evie for murdering
Yeah,
one of the genies.
Okay.
yeah, Blood Genie.
Because I think everybody else was just like, grab them both, we'll sort it out later, and then
There was a timer timing down.
Did that.
yeah.
There was a timer. I had to make a decision.
Yep.
That timer probably had nothing to do with Genie. Yep. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep, that's what Victor thought. Victor thought the room was going to explode.
Yeah, I thought it was like a
Yeah. I thought
Super
the room was gonna
Metroid
explode.
like escape sequence is what we were doing. Who was the badass?
I mean, Victor killed Mordenheim.
Edmont werewolf pretty well. I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna go with Edmont beating
Yeah.
his way through everything as a werewolf.
I will say, Victor, you killing Mordenheim is probably the main reason why one of the genies died. It's like you
He
were
couldn't
almost
both live.
you were almost directly responsible for the experiment breaking down, where Evie had to pick one of the two sides.
No, the earthquake was responsible with the experiment.
Yeah, I think it was the
Yeah.
The earthquake was responsible for the initial thing, and then Mordenheim. Is it Mordenheim or
Mordenheim couldn't
Mordenheim?
save both of you anyway.
I know that, but you don't know that. She was trying to, and you murdered her.
Victor's pretty sure she was trying to kill all of us and one of you.
She
I
was
am not
doing-
sure that letting Mordenheim finish what she wanted to do would have actually been a good idea.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't
absolutely
know
not.
that. I think it probably would have been bad. Her
Oh,
idea of
Genie?
perfection is not what we think.
all I know is she tried to dissolve you.
Yeah, Victor feels that he avenged Genie.
And
I think you have to kill
intangibles.
Evie to avenge Genie.
I'm gonna go
Intangibles-
with Genie for intangibles for not doing anything.
for not doing anything, for just being half catatonic.
Yes,
For doing nothing.
for exhibiting the appropriate response to that
Yes.
situation.
This,
Yeah.
I mean,
this is
like,
correct.
I know Brickard said like I'm obsessed with it, but I just kind of internalized that as like Genie. Genie doesn't actually like vocalize a lot of the things that she thinks. So I figured like she's going like 10,000 miles a minute in circles in her brain because she feels like she's the smartest person in the room. Therefore, none of you
She's-
mofo's would be able to understand.
She's just sitting there going, "What is this? How did this? What happened? But what if? What?"
All right, who wants some blips
All of us.
Everyone
or
wants
some
blips.
experience? I
need some.
guess.
Experience works too.
For
I'll
two
take 'em.
unspeakable horrors, 3 howling man dogs, and 5 completely. I'm sorry, 6. Hold on, I have to add this up again. 6 completely harmless crawling claws. I don't want to cheat you guys out of like 10 experience.
The half experience point each. Yeah, I did just like erase them.
3,000.
Sometimes that's just what spell slots are for, is just deleting a single
Yeah.
encounter.
That's what that spell's for.
3,260 experience. 3,260. Yeah, the crawling claws totally harmless. Well, not totally harmless. They can do like a D4 damage or something, but
It looks scary though, so Evie just blew them up.
yeah,
I
the
just don't
trick
have
is
much
to
experience.
describe a harmless enemy as having like ravenous razor jaws, and then see if the players waste resources killing them.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they tore one dude up already. We weren't about to truck with that.
Yeah, a commoner with no stat block. Got him, no problem. All right. Who wants to do some blips?
Please.
Victor, what
I'll
do you
go.
Victor, then
Vic-
Edmont.
So whatever it takes, that would be teleporting out of the cage and immediately attacking Victor without even trying to negotiate.
Okay.
Usually he tries to talk to people, but this was not that case. For ideal, seek the truth no matter the cost. that would be foregoing the quick exit to further explore and find Mr. Brainman.
Mr. Brainman, the Jesuin curvature experiment.
Yeah. And then flaws, values knowledge over people. That would be trying to get Genie to investigate the lab.
Okay. Edmont, what do you have for me?
I have my alignment, lawful evil, blood runs thicker than water, and my own blood thicker still for surrendering. When it became clear that there was absolutely no way he was going to take those two unspeakable horrors on his own. They knocked off 2/3 of his hit points in one go.
I had completely forgotten Edmont is literally just immune to poison.
Which is funny, because at the end of last section, Ekman explicitly said, "You know I'm immune to poison, right?"
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why I put this encounter together, then we didn't play for 2 weeks. A lot has happened in the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We had to fly out of town, and
Tornadoes deleted the internet for a little
tornadoes deleted the internet, yeah.
while. Life was my canvas, and I will make my mark on it for chasing down that one horrible dog man.
He was pretty horrible.
Yeah. And painting the walls with his blood.
Okay.
This world is filled with predators and prey, and I sure as hell am not the prey for. Oh, you guys jobbed me, and you guys jobbed me when it was just me. Well, I've got family now behind me, so we're just gonna go ahead and job you back. How about that?
Fair enough. All right, who wants to go next?
I can
I can
go.
go.
I heard Genie next.
I've got 3. Chaotic neutral, when in doubt, go with your gut for her. Just gut, like negative gut reaction to Edmont's wolf form, and shooting a fireball at him.
It's okay to shoot fireballs at monks. I think
Yeah.
we kind of like D&D culture
Sure,
has kind of
fire.
universally decided that that's totally okay.
That it was not in my. I'm like, well, Genie's terrified of the werewolf, so ultraviolence. Let's go. So that, and then practical, and my ideal practical solution to impractical problems, which is when we were when she snapped in the combat with the dogmen. Is that what you call them? She snapped to long enough to take a step forward and seal up the back of the room with a web spell.
I was calling them man dogs because they were men and then they were mutated by mad science.
So it's like a Batman man-bat situation.
Sure. Edmont is the dog man. These guys were man dogs.
Okay. And
Let's go
then
with that.
I am not taking my flaw because Genie is very worried about this setback.
Oh.
And then just the video.
Okay.
So 3.
And who wants to go next?
I can go.
All right, Ekon.
Got my ideal give me a reason for his complete and utter disregard of the students gathered above the lab, who he suspects were probably in on it.
No small number of them almost certainly were. Yes, that's true.
Got lawful good, the shining words of air lay down a path to us all for healing the other students he discovered upstream, who he was not going to pronounce such judgment immediately on.
Okay.
And I've got my flaw. I'm sure there has to be something good at the end of this over this next hill for his assumption that he can just send all these kids to that platform. It'll be fine because those guys are shady as fuck.
Yeah, I'm certain it'll be just great.
Yeah, they're not going to drown or get sold into slavery or anything. And I've got the initiative.
All right.
Turned into oil.
Evie, you don't want any blips, right?
I mean, I'll take them if you're giving them out.
After what you did?
After what I did.
What do you
How
got?
much EXP is Genie worth?
Oof.
That's a good question.
0. In that state, an incapacitated commoner.
Was she a commoner though? You said I had all my levels and class features.
But she was a level 11 artificer.
Wow.
So if you're if you're gonna cause one of your players to murder another player,
I don't know,
you
seems
should
fine.
give full experience.
By my reckoning, the level 11 artificer still exists and is still alive. She's just moping now. Evie, what do you got?
Okay, so alignment, chaotic, good. I will do my duty, but I always be true to myself. For her making her promise to Genie that she would save her. Boy, did she end up eating that one. Ideal, I must become a leader that others can believe in for her plan to swallow her ring, which has a poison in it, and her lockpick, so that she would have means of escaping if she was locked up.
Wait, so you swallowed a poison ring?
It has a ring. It has poison loaded into it.
Okay, still seems dangerous.
Yeah, not a lot of options. This was like Plan Z. Last but not least, Flumph. No one understands for her earnestly not being sure if she made the right choice or not.
Okay.
I think objectively, probably yes, but when you look at the actual circumstances, very, very.
Well, the encounter was designed so there wasn't a right choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those impossible moral quandaries that I like to put players in.
I just assumed you had to beat Blood Genie, and then when she went to Automation Genie for Phase 2.
If you had killed the other Genie and saved the original one, though, her emaciated form, her physical stats would have been...
Could we have
That's
fixed that?
because she had a purple HP bar.
Could we have fixed the emaciation with like a restoration or something later on?
Well, you still have to go through the whole dungeon. You probably would burn a bunch of resources to do that.
I mean, she's been as useful as the emaciated genie so far.
Oof. Who had the most creative solution to a problem this session?
That was Ekon for his banishment.
That was pretty funny.
The most complicated use of the banishment spell.
Who did the most to further the party's goals?
That was Evie for killing the original genie.
That further the party's goals? That's what... All right.
It answered the questions.
Who was the badass?
It was Edmont for wolfing out.
For wolfing out. And intangibles?
That was Genie for doing the
Nothing.
appropriate reaction.
For moping?
Not moping. It's like
Having an existential crisis.
Right.
she's disassociating from the problem.
She's had to stare at her own literal corpse this whole time.
Ekon has our poll this week. So blips are worth 500 each right now. Edmont, you have one. You earned 4. Would you like to come in next week with 5?
Sir, I would.
Ekon, you earned 6. And you have
Good,
0.
I need them.
You do need them. Evie, you have 6 and earned 4. Genie, you have 6 and earned 4. Victor, you have 6 and earned 3. So let me save this map and move my dice out of the way.
And I know what the next session's going to be named.
Overwrite the speculative anatomy wing here. Very good. When we come back next week, we will see what the Jeswin curvature experiment is. Thanks for playing, guys. See everybody next Sunday.
Later.